Here's our little wildflower garden progress. And a funny thing, obviously, like grass doesn't need to be in here, but I don't really know what is a weed and what is a flower, so we're just going to have to let it be. The deer ate this whole side. I had this turned, and they ate the whole side of both my pansy plants. So I turned them both around so that at least the part they didn't eat was facing out. They also got some of my hosta here. So I got to remember to cover those at night. Yes, I just realized. Okay, I got these little guys. That was so cute. And we've been using the cilantro. Man, fresh herbs, there's nothing like it. There is my, what is that called? Bleeding heart. Ooh, the bumblebees love it. Look at that little guy. Oh, I'm going to get around to really see his body. I just noticed this morning. Look. Yay, a daylily. And then there's more buds. And then buds. But these around haven't done anything. But I kind of feel like these are like August. We had a driving rain. So look at my chamomile. If you guys have any advice on chamomile, like should I stake it up? Like what do you do? But I am getting buds. It's getting ready to flower, and it's the flowers you actually use in tea. That was a little disappointing to learn because I don't know how much you actually get. And I really want to get to the apple mint this week. You'll see that. I'm going to dehydrate it in the oven to use in tea, but it is just huge. And then my roses, they kind of got beat up from the rain too. This was the one that doesn't really bud much. So a couple roses I had are gone. Then I'm pretty excited about my tomatoes. This guy, I realize it gets dry really easy, but it's because of the holes on the bottom. It just drains. So I have to be diligent. Oop, this guy. I'm going to pick that because I don't want any disease. Does anybody know what causes that? Let me know. My marigolds I put too many in a pot, but they're beautiful. And I love them. And then, also, there are so many tomatoes on this plant. Crazy. I've never had this many on one plant before. Look at that. The same with the cherry tomatoes. There are just clusters and clusters. So I'm excited because I've got a bunch of clusters that will probably all ripen at once. So that'll be fun to add to a supper meal. We already picked one serrano, but there's a lot that's coming in here. And my parsley we've used. And then these are jalapenos. We've already picked one. So the one we picked was more like it was big. And these are coming in, and I got more coming up. Stevia, I need to look up about harvesting and using. I would love to dehydrate it with the mint and then use it in the same tea ball to sweeten my tea. And then we've been using our lettuces and our basil, and then I bought another basil plant. This was the rose that had so many blooms, but the rainstorm. Let me know, would you prune this so that it's all even? Or would you just let it grow how it grows? And then we've used the oregano and the dill, chive. But, see, it's kind of going a little crazy. So I've been trying to kind of cut the ones that lay down, again, rain. And I need to do the same with the oregano. But when you put this straight from plant to pot, it tastes so amazing. This guy, ever since he was over in the corner, and when it rained, it really got pelted bad. So he gets a little wilty easily. And then we've been using this lettuce a lot here. I'm starting to get some sweet peppers, you can see here. And over here, this is my new basil plant with $7.99. I mean, I cannot not do that. I need to repot it, and even though this guy struggles a little, he's still giving us peppers. We've also been using the greens over here, so that's been great. Every day when I water it, I turn it because they all need sun. And then my cucumber, I really didn't plan to use this as a trellis. I just kind of put it there, but look. Okay, so it's there for good now. But I thought I saw, oh yeah, where is it? Pretty sure, well, there's flowers, see? So that's awesome. I thought I had seen the start of a cucumber, but I guess not. And this, I never even planted these. Look, that's still from the greenhouse. So there's still work to be done for sure. But this is just beautiful, and I really need to make a soup to put some of this kale in a soup. I love the way kale holds up in a soup. And then this guy, I really gotta keep an eye on him. Tell me if this is a danger here. Like, am I missing something? I feel like I really want to get more lavender plants because you just don't get enough off of 2 plants. So, you know, to kind of go along with, when I get some more money, don't have that now, but to get some more lavender would be great. This is Saturday for me, and I had 2 goals. One was to do the weed eating while my husband also did the mowing. So I did do the weed eating, and then or weed whacking, weed eating, weed whacking. I think it's weed whacking. And then he definitely did the mowing, which was great. I love a freshly mowed grass. And then we went to the dump. That was my other goal for the day. Was we have someone who does the normal trash pickup every week, but when there's extra things, we usually try to take them. So you can see at the road behind the tree, that was actually my daughter Crecia's makeup table. A reminder, she moved to North Carolina. So Yvonne and I had already gone to Goodwill with the stuff from Crecia's room that she was donating, and a few other things that I was also donating from my closet had never gone. And today we're taking the stuff that isn't donatable or we haven't donated to the dump. There is a place where people can go and pick over things if they want to bring them home. Nobody wanted this from the side of the road, so we're going to be taking this, and you'll see what else we take. But it felt good to get those things done, and then I didn't want to have a big, long work day on Saturday where it was Father's Day weekend. I definitely wanted my husband to be able to relax. But I also knew it was like a high of 73 degrees on this day, and we're going to get up into the 90s this week. So it was the best time to do the mowing. So we made sure to get that done on Saturday so that he would not have anything he felt like he needed to do for work on Sunday. And I have really been enjoying the weed whacking. I will say this one is battery powered, and the battery doesn't last for the whole yard. So I got half of it done, the front part. And then I just need to do around the house and the walkways. So I had to charge the battery once I was done with this. And I'll just hit it another day early in the morning before it gets too hot. Also, on the bench that I put in front of our stone wall at the road for any tired walkers who might like to relax, I also put a dog bowl there. And I put it on our Facebook page that is for our community, and people were very excited about it. They were very thankful for it. One woman said that she has a dog that is older and has arthritis, and she does like to walk him. So she expects to make use of the bench, and so he can rest partway through their walk and then continue. That made me feel really good. I was going to get mulch, but then I was watching another video from the South, and in the South they have pine straw, and the pine straw is long. We have pine spills, but I thought, you know what? I could really save money by raking up the pine spills and spreading them around, because I could use that for mulch. There's not much that wants to grow through pine spills. You know, it would keep the majority of weeds at bay. And between that and the weed whacking, I think it would be fine. And it would just kind of give a layer of a color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I was thinking, as you know, or you might know, if you're new here, hi, my name's Karen. If you don't know, I use part of the AdSense money that I get whenever you watch ads on YouTube to buy that bench. And I'm thinking what to do as I have another month of AdSense that's coming up. And I've been looking at the organization called Lasagna Love, where you people sign up that they need food or need a home cooked meal, and you sign up and you get matched, and you just tell them how often you would like to make a lasagna. So I thought I could get all the supplies and that sort of thing and sign up for Lasagna Love and start making lasagna for people in need or people that have been sick and need a meal. So let me know if you've ever heard of Lasagna Love. I learned about it from Jen Chapin's YouTube channel, and I looked to see if it was in my area, and it is. So I'm going to try that out and see how it goes. I'm going to sign up, and then I'll wait to get matched up before I start buying supplies. If you have any other ideas for me, I'm open. I do like it to be kind of an active service, not just giving money to something, but something that I can share that others could do if they were interested, to give others ideas on things that they could do in their area, whatever might be something that matches their lifestyle. I appreciate each of you that spends your time with me more than you can possibly imagine. You know, I struggled with some anxiety and depression in the early part of the year, and I have been just going to bed feeling like I can't wait to get up. And a good part of that is you. And I thank you so much for that. And I do thank you for the ads that you watch, because it does help me. It helps my family. I had really been praying about a way that I could help my family because I was homeschooling at the time, and I knew I couldn't work outside the home. And even now with cars, there's just not enough cars to get everybody everywhere. And so having a job that I can do at home that encourages and helps other people and also helps my family means so much to me. So I appreciate anytime you watch an ad. It does really help me. And I get it with the ads. Oh my goodness. So because YouTube knows, you know, my age demographic and that I'm a female, if I see one more bra commercial, I swear it's either that or the commercial with this woman who's telling me that I shouldn't be using the typical foundation on my face. I need this special one because it just gets in the lines and the creases and makes me look older. And I'm like, oh, could I just have some variety, please? I get the same. I like it when I get the ads that are survey ads, because you just basically answer the survey question, then the ad's over, and I know the YouTuber gets paid, and it's a very short one. And those 30-minute ones or a 10-minute one or anything that's longer than a couple of minutes, I'm out. I am out. Don't ever feel like you should watch these super long ads. I don't know if they still even do those anymore. Oh, that's annoying. It's like the ad should never be longer than the video you're watching. It should never be as long as the video you're watching. And honestly, I don't think it should ever be longer than 60 seconds. That's just me. So anyway, I'm getting this finished up. You know, the grass grows up in the middle of the pathway. We kind of have a half circle driveway. I don't know if that's what was originally intended, but that's what we do. And so once I get the front part, I start working, or this part, I start working on the walkways, and that was when my weed whacker died. So it was all good though, because then we could get to the dump in time. Oh, and while I'm telling you stories, so I was doing the whole banana water thing, and I decided to cut the whole banana because I had a banana that was going to waste. What you do is you cut it, you put it in a jar with water, you wait 2 or 3 days, it ferments, and you pour it on your tomato plants. It's really good for them. Well, I filled the jar up all the way to the top. Don't do that. My husband told me this morning, hey, that jar is leaking. And so I was like, okay, I'll use it, put it in the sink. So I went to open it, and it was like a Coke that had been shaken, and it sprayed all over me. And if bananas and vinegar had a baby, that is what the smell was like. So it definitely ferments. And I was able to put what didn't spray all over me onto my tomato plants. And then I took a very nice shower to get the banana vinegar off of my clothes.
I heard you. They're going.
Those were the 2 mattress pads that were on Cresia's bed, and y'all lovingly told me that they had done their time and they needed to go. So off they went. We had some cardboard, we had furniture, we took the makeup table. I had taken apart the bed. So I'm getting more mechanical, people, and I really do want to learn how to use that chainsaw. I'm hoping maybe this week I can convince my husband to let me try the chainsaw. He's a little bit nervous to have me do it, but I told him I promise to only do it when you're home. But I have so many things I want to cut down, and I told him, I was like, if we could just cut one thing every day, I would be so happy, because little by little, when you take things chunk by chunk, it does show up over time and it really pays off. I also had one bag of leaves and pine spills and all of that. So we took that as well. Luckily, the bag had dried because it had gotten wet in the rain. We put all the seats down in our Chevy Traverse so that we could fit more things in. And oh my goodness, anytime stuff is leaving the house, I am just so very happy. I am a minimalist in my head. I'm not a minimalist in my home, but I would really like to be one. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I'm just going to do my best to keep getting rid of every little thing that we don't need. Robin was in the fight of his life with this makeup table. He needed to take the mirror off so that it would fit in the car. I'm like, it's okay. No one wants it. It was already broken. The back of the drawer was broken. It showed a ton of wear. I was like, just snap it off. But he was able to get the screw out in the end. I think like a screw had like worn off. Something weird had happened to it. Either way, we got it in the car and we went off to the dump. I hope you all had a great weekend. We enjoyed a really relaxing Father's Day weekend. The weather was absolutely perfect. On Saturday, after all of our dump and lawn, actually, no, before we did the dump and the lawn, we went to a library plant and book sale. So I got a couple of plants. And Rachel got a bunch of books. So that was a lot of fun to do. I love going to those types of things. And then on Father's Day, he and I went to church and we went and got Subway sandwiches, came home. He did some cooking because you know how he loves to do that. And then we had supper together and we played bocce ball and then we had a fire. I love Yvonne's little stretch when she throws the bocce ball. This was either my first or second time playing bocce ball. I felt like it was my first time playing, but it might have actually been my second. They play it quite a bit, and I'm not quite sure why I don't normally play. And don't mind my sweats there. That's my bedclothes. I was in my pajamas. And then I think I do end up putting a t-shirt on before I do the fire because I was getting kind of warm. But my husband and I were playing against Yvonne and Ava, and we actually won. I did really good at the beginning. Ooh, I just hit somebody's ball. I did really good at the beginning and then didn't do as good in the end, but we did manage to squeak out a win here. We went to 12 points, and we had s'mores, and it just was a really nice, relaxing family day. Rachel was on the deck watching us. I think she might have been reading one of her books. Yeah, there I am trying out a new method. I love it because we're not real serious and competitive as a family, so it's just kind of fun and silly. I have got a huge brain dump list for this week, from decluttering to gardening to cleaning to organizing. So I hope you'll be sticking around for the week. If you're not subscribed, then I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and then YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. We've just got lots that's going to be going on. I hope you had a great weekend, whatever you were doing. I know these family type holidays can be triggering for some and difficult. You know, my own dad passed away 18 years ago, and I'll always miss him. And my husband's dad passed away several years ago, too. So with 7 kids, you know, you get a lot of phone calls for the ones that are not living here. And so that was a lot of fun, too. And I hope to see you soon. Remember, as always, God loves you, and I love you, too. And I can't wait to see you next time.